We all seen what happened to Shaquiefoster this past weekend on Shakur Stevenson's undercard. Him and Robinson Conceição was the co-main event. We seen a huge robbery. You know you saw it. You seen the same thing I saw. But it wasn't a mistake. Oh yeah, it was all a part of the plan. I'm going to talk about that in the video. I'm going to give y'all the breakdown, the ins and the outs, and what was really going on behind the scenes, why they robbed Shaquiefoster. But before we do all that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on it. Man, Shaquiefoster and Robinson Conceição, they was the co-main event, like I said, as we all seen on the undercard of the Shakur Stevenson fight on Top Rank this past weekend. Now, Shaki, man, he went out there and he put on the display where he beat Robinson Conceição easy. Conceição couldn't get past that shoulder roll, and he was getting countered all night, man. Conceição, he looked very sloppy in the fight. He was reaching, he was missing, and truthfully, I thought Conceição was going to beat Shaquiefoster. I thought this was going to be the fight on the card that was going to be an upset. But it didn't go nothing like I thought it was going to go. Shaquiefoster went out there, and like I said, man, he just outboxed Conceição, and Conceição only won maybe 2-3 rounds if you really want to push it. He didn't win that fight at all. Didn't come close to winning that fight. Anybody with 2 eyes can see that shit. You could have had one glass eye like Charleston White and still see that Conceição didn't come nowhere near winning that fight. I'm at a party and I'm watching the fight with a bunch of casuals, and they was like, what the hell, when the scorecards was read. So, man, it was crazy. I felt real bad for Shaquiefoster, even though I had Conceição on my betting ticket. You know what I'm saying? I still felt bad for that man, because you put in the work and you win the fight that easy. Of course, you deserve the victory on the scorecards. That's why a lot of fighters don't like to take these fights to the scorecards, because of shit like that. But when you heard the commentary, all of the commentators on ESPN, they were screaming robbery. The crowd was screaming robbery. But it was an inside job. Yeah, it was an inside job. You now find out that Shaquiefoster only had one more fight left on his Top Rank contract, and he hadn't re-upped his contract with Top Rank. Not only that, you find out that ESPN actually has a large Brazilian fan base. You always hear Bob Arum talking about the foreign views, right? Lomachenko. They always like to promote Lomachenko because we know that he's not a pay-per-view star, nothing like that, but he brings a lot of foreign money in for the ESPN network. And that was the same thing with Robinson Conceição, because if you ask yourself, Robinson Conceição has had a lot of title shots. He didn't got a shot against Shakur. He got a shot against Navarrete. He didn't got a shot against Oscar Valdez. Why is Robinson Conceição always getting these shots at a strap? That's why. And so on Saturday night, they already had to play in for Robinson Conceição to beat Shaquiefoster no matter what, because one, like I said, Shaquiefoster wasn't going to be with Top Rank too much longer. Two, Shaquiefoster, he don't really bring in that fan base, right? He don't have a large fan base behind him. And we know how Bob Arum work. He want people that's going to bring in that dollar. And Robinson Conceição, being that he's a Brazilian, he brings the Brazilian fan base, the foreign viewership. So it wasn't no way that they was going to let Shaquiefoster walk out of that arena with that WBC strap unless he got the knockout. And yeah, this is the real deal, what was going on. But when I really found out this was an inside job, is Bob Arum. Bob Arum did an interview, and Bob Arum was pissed off at the commentary. Bob Arum said the only reason that people thought this was a robbery is because the way the fight was commentated. He admitted that he wasn't in the arena. He did not show up to the fight. But he said once he got a chance to go back and watch it, the fight could have went 7-5 either way. He said it was no way a robbery. And he was pissed off that people were saying this fight was a robbery. Now, Bob Arum's full of shit. Bob Arum and all the higher-ups at ESPN did exactly what Shakur Stevenson said that they did. They had it already in play to rob Shaquiefoster. Now, on the other hand, Shaquiefoster, he put up a post calling out for the WBC to take action, right? He also, in that same post, he was calling out for Top Rank to take action. Top Rank took action already, Shaki. They was the reason why you got the screw job that you got. And this is something that happens with Top Rank all the time. Top Rank is known for shit like this. You know, especially if they know that you leaving, they not going to let you leave with that WBC strap. They going to keep that strap right there in that stable. And this is the problem with boxing, because we continue to see just outrageous criminal shit like this go down in the sport of boxing. Y'all think they gonna give Shaquiefoster a rematch? Hell no. Now what they might do is they might tell Shaquiefoster, if you re-sign, right? Depending on if they want him to re-sign back with them or not. They might tell Shaqie, if you re-sign back with Top Rank, right? 3-fight deal or whatever it may be, you can get the rematch. But like I said, that's all depending on if they're looking at Shaqie and seeing that they can get some money out of him, right? Seeing that he can put on big events. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing to do with him. Now, when it comes to Robinson Conceição, he's been with Top Rank pretty much his whole career. They built him. They got fights for Robinson Conceição. If Navarrete looks like that he's coming back down to 130, or I don't even think he ever moved up to 135, but Navarrete is at 130. You can have a rematch with him in Conceição. And you know what they gonna do then? They want that strap back with Navarrete. You could have a rematch with Conceição and Oscar Valdez. That's a big money fight for Top Rank. So, y'all see where this is going? When you look at Shaquiefoster, they couldn't find nobody to beat him. They don't think that Navarrete or Oscar Valdez can beat him. So the only way they can keep that strap over at Top Rank is to rob him. And, you know, ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. You know, nobody in boxing is gonna do nothing about it, because you don't have nobody that's governing boxing. Nobody that's overseeing things like this in boxing that can, you know, give disciplinary actions. What they gonna do? They ain't gonna overturn a decision. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. And it's crazy, man, that Shaquiefoster gotta be the one that have something like this happen to him. And, you know, and I know his story. I know how hard he worked to get to where he's at. And this is how they do it, man. Hey, you know, it's hard, but life ain't never gonna be fair. Anyway, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. Diego talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.